Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
We walking around the world.
I did. Thank you.
But like the ability to hold on for the win after entering, like being down 10 points early in that fourth quarter, just what do you make of that? And then for an eighth straight win.
Yeah, I got into him pretty good on that timeout. I just thought we went soft there for a moment, and you can't go soft defensively with that team. So I just challenged them. We ended up getting 9 stops in a row. I think from that point on, they scored 5 points for the rest of the game. So we know we have the ability to lock in. When we're locked in, we're a different team. When we play defense like that, we become really hard to beat. And that's a team, like I said, that can beat you in a lot of different ways. They can beat you from 3. They can beat you in the paint. Getting out in transition. They're just a really well-rounded team. So that group, just learning how to win with each other and win on the defensive end.
And then can you talk me through kind of like the game within the game and this one of the officiating? Because I feel like the challenges ended up
they
playing.
took forever tonight.
Right. And then it's like, so you have to like work through that. But it's like it's probably like a momentum shift.
I loved it because my group got some rest. So I'll sit down, relax, go grab a cup of coffee because they were looking at those plays for a long time. It is important that they obviously get those plays right. What do you want me to say?
I want some context without getting fined on the second challenge that they got. I was unclear on that one. The first one I understood. It was just like Melissa, they upgraded it to like offensive foul. They took back the bucket, but that second challenge that they had successful, I was like confused on. Did you see what happened?
No, refresh my memory. So the one on the list that they overturned to an offensive foul.
Right. But they had another one in like the last 5 seconds of the third quarter.
Yeah. The Ryan Howard one. I don't know. I forget.
You don't even care. It doesn't even matter.
I got to go back and look at it, but I just felt like the challenges took forever today. When they went back, and there needs to be a time frame of when you can challenge. So a lot like BG went down. Okay, so you have that pause in the game. Well, during that time, both coaches, them specifically on that play, can go back and look for 5 minutes to decide. And I know a play in New York, we were told we were past the time frame in order to challenge. And so I asked that same official tonight. I need some clarification on the rule too. Like there should be a time limit, especially when you're going back and you're looking at a flagrant. And it's 8 minutes to decide whether you want to challenge or not. I know we weren't allowed to challenge in New York. When a similar thing, they went back and looked at it. He said there was a difference between a flagrant and a technical foul. That was his answer to me. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Becky, I asked Chelsea, and she said it's all of us, not that we were wrong. But the first half of the season, admittedly, a few times I said, has Chelsea lost a step, even though she came into the season feeling the best she has in years, she said. During this 9-1, 10-1 win streak, she has looked like vintage Chelsea Gray. Whether or not she was fine or not earlier in the season, she looks something different. Am I wrong?
I think she looks like herself. She looks different at the beginning of the season because she wasn't being Chelsea Gray. She looks like Chelsea Gray now. And I think, at the beginning of the year, we'll look back after this season, wherever we end up going this year, and we have a lot of learnable lessons. But I think Chelsea knew she wasn't being Chelsea, and that's anytime you get outside of your identity and you're not being who you authentically are. She's authentically a giver. She's authentically a leader. She's authentically someone who gives joy and gets everybody else involved. And I think she's really just, to me, it wasn't. To me, it was not Chelsea at the beginning. Now she's back to being her. This is the Chelsea we all know and love, and the person who brings the building up to its feet. You know, she had another big steal tonight, guarding those bigs. She's basically turned into our small ball four, point forward, and she guards bigs as good as anybody. But when she distributes the ball, and it's interesting because the passes have gotten fancier, but it's been more simple plays. I don't know, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but for a while there, her assist to turnover ratio was nowhere where it normally is, and on last count, I don't know, tonight I think she was 9-2 or 11-2, but she's been, 14-1, 9-1. Those are gaudy numbers, assist to turnover ratio, but that's kind of what we've become accustomed to. But when she's in that frame of mind, we're a different team with her leading like that.
Becky, after the first game against Atlanta, we talked about your bigs doing their work early on the offensive end and the defensive end. Not necessarily that the same start tonight, but it looked like a halftime adjustment. You started to get the ball to Asia kind of on the perimeter in terms of initiating the offense. We know what that did for her, but what did that do for the rest of the group in terms of spacing?
I mean, anytime we can create a mismatch or a closeout, we want to do that. Against those bigs, Asia in space, in movement, is better than her trying to pound against them close to the basket. That we want to move them away from the basket. We want to get them in movement. So it was really just about getting Asia in space more than anything. And then, when she gets space, everybody gets space, right? So it works out for everybody. But I thought when we were organized today, and the team was really good off the board tonight. That was one thing, with the exception of that 5-second call. But after that, they executed some stuff that I thought was very helpful in scoring some easy buckets for us.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.